Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome back to my channel. So last week we talked about how to collect the data that we have, brainstorm a couple of ideas to create free resources so that we can build our audience and community and a list. Now what we want to do is start crafting content like an expert. So let's go. All right, so now you probably have a good amount of subscribers, followers, and people on your list. Now what you want to do is start asking questions again. So you want to run a couple of polls. What is stressing them out right now? What's keeping them up at night via, something that you're the best at. So maybe you're talking about anxiety. So maybe you're brainstorming ideas about opening up a workshop for anxiety, where maybe it's art therapy workshop, but the workshop is focused on anxiety techniques to relieve the anxiety. So those are some things to think about. So what you want to do now is, now that you have a good following of people, you want to start brainstorming an idea via an offer that is going to happen within 3 months from now. And that is going to be the goal for you. So what you want to do now is brainstorm an offer within 90 days. After all the data that you found and collected, you now are going to craft something that is going to really suit the people that you want to help. And what you want to also do is bring up some questions, and the questions that you want to ask is going to be pertained to the anxiety art therapy workshop that you're going to be building. So what are some questions that are coming up, right now for anxiety? What's on your mind about anxiety? What's keeping you up at night, via your anxiety? Those are great questions to start asking on Instagram, in your email subscribers, any other media platforms that you're on. Ask the questions so that those questions will come in. When you get those questions, you're going to be able to start pinpointing, okay, I could talk about this and maybe spew out some different content on that, because the content that you're going to start creating has to relieve any doubts and fears that they might have for your art therapy workshop, right? So that's something to keep in mind, that the content that you are creating has to provide value to them, build trust, and solve a particular problem via a mindset shift, or maybe like a quick problem that they're having right now, but it's still geared towards the workshop that you are building. You want to find 3 problems that are coming up. So when you asked those questions, you're going to pick the top 3 that you think you can address very well and that relate to your offer that you're going to be building in 3 months. Now what you're going to do is you're going to provide 4 solutions to each of these top questions, and each of them are going to provide some kind of value, whether it's something that they can take away with them as an actionable step, or a mindset shift that will get them thinking differently, all those different things that will help to alleviate any fear and doubt that they might be having. This is called content marketing. And the way that we work with content is that it's a campaign. So we start with our data that we found, and then we look ahead a couple months from now to our 90-day offer. So if we're going to be putting together an art therapy anxiety workshop, then that's what we're going to be working towards. We're going to be working towards, making that an official offer. But now you have to build up that hype to that offer. By doing that, you're going to be creating content, and the content is going to help, alleviate any doubts and fears that they might have about the offer. Oh, they're unsure about art therapy, or I have anxiety, but is art therapy going to solve that for me? Or is there any, problems with, looking to an art therapist for help, or seeking help for mental health issues? So these are things that you kind of are going to build as you go, right? You're going to start crafting content that's really going to niche and narrow down to a specific topic that is related to the offer. So that's how it works. So the content marketing builds up to the very end when you're going to launch that offer. And when you're doing that, so as you're building, the content and marketing it out to the world, you're going to be building, your audience as well, right? People are going to follow you. Oh, I like this person's content. They're talking about the right things that, I'm looking for. And that's key, right? This is about building the know you, like you, trust you factor. And then right when you're ready at the end to sell something, they are going to be more enticed to buy it because they know that they can trust you through all of the content that you have been sharing. And the content that you're creating also positions you as the expert in your field, right? So that's why I'm always saying to you guys, niche down on a topic that you're going to talk about via, the content and the offer that you're going to provide at the end. So don't start talking about depression if your focus is anxiety. So that's why I'm saying really target down in a certain area and build content out of that from the answers that you pulled from as well, from the focus groups, the surveys that you ran, because it all comes down to how the people perceive your content after. If, they solve the doubts and fears, or maybe not. So this is something that you kind of have to explore, but position yourself as the expert because people want to trust somebody who is the expert in the field of anxiety. So really harness that mindset, right? Don't dabble into depression and all these other issues if it's not for you. So just be very cautious about that when approaching. But yeah, that's basically it for today in terms of, how can you position yourself as the expert and build out your content, right? This is literally just coming from a place in your headspace, asking yourself, what is the best topic I'm able to talk about? And talk about it with passion, talk about it with confidence. And if it's anxiety, stay with anxiety. And then if you're going to get really more niched down in anxiety, do it, because the more specific you are, the more clear you're going to get, especially in your content. And that's going to really position you as that expert, right? And you'll be very good at creating content as you keep doing this, because people definitely trust those who are specialized. So that's why you have to kind of keep going, keep digging, keep asking people questions so that you can cater your content tightly to the people that really need it most and that the people you really want to help. So I hope that helps. I can re-sum that again just in case, because sometimes this stuff gets really confusing. So the first thing that you want to do is brainstorm the offer that you want to bring to the table. So after everything that you've done in the focus groups and the surveys and just listening online, you're going to build an offer that's going to be the best offer for the needs that you pulled from from those sessions. So this offer is going to be released in 3 months from now. And what you want to do now is get clear on that offer, know exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to ask questions to your audience related to that offer that will have to, it has to solve a problem. So any mindset shifts that they might have or problems that are coming up for them, solve any doubts and fears that is preventing them from buying your workshop. So those are things to keep in mind. And once you get those questions in, you're going to pull, the answers, and you're going to brainstorm topics. So you're going to pick, 3 top questions that your people asked you, and you're going to brainstorm topics that provide 4 different solutions to each of those topics. And you're going to then create content around that, and you're going to disperse it out in a 12-week period. And however you want to schedule your posts, it's up to you. But you're going to figure out how you're going to organize all the content and present the content. So even ask your people that too. Ask them, do you prefer content on YouTube, or do you prefer content on Instagram? You kind of have to get clear where your main content is going to sit. If it's YouTube, stay to YouTube, and then you can repurpose your content for Instagram and your email list. Whatever you want to do there, but get clear on that, because know where your people hang out. That's what I was saying a couple videos ago. So know your people. If they show up on Instagram more, then that's where you're going to be harnessing most of your content on that platform. So if you're going to be doing wheels for your content, do wheels. And if you're going to change and repurpose any of the content, you can put it on the YouTube, or you can put it onto your email subscriber list. So however you want to organize it, completely up to you, because everyone's plan of action is different. Don't copy somebody else. So that's just something to keep in mind. Once you have everything together, you're going to really continue to pump up the hype for this content and gearing it, to the end when you're going to present your offer of your workshop. So that's how you want to cater your content. And remember to come from a place of passion and know the type of topics you're good at talking about. Really niche down on the topic. So focus on anxiety, don't focus on depression, keep focusing on anxiety. So that's just something that I want to share, and I hope that this was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a wonderful day and keep smiling. Bye.